Let's talk about the top 7 credit union loans where you can apply online for massive amounts. So here's a review I want you to pay attention to. Number 7, we have Connexus, our score, 8.4 over 10. So what we love about Connexus is that it's great for massive, very generous loan amounts. You are looking at the maximum loan amount of $50,000. So the loan actually, the loan ranges from $2,500 to $50,000. And some borrowers may qualify for an APR in the single digits, but the maximum APR goes around 18%. The FICO score minimum is 600. And to qualify, you have to have $12,000 in income. And to qualify for the credit union membership, the easiest way is to actually join the Connexus Association with a $5 donation. Otherwise, you need to qualify either biologically or professionally. So this is kind of cool. So Connexus, our score, 8.4 over 10. Number 6, we have Consumers Credit Union, our score, 8.8 over 10. So this credit union, this loan here is great for large purchases. You are looking at the maximum loan amount of $100,000. We'll love this a lot. So what we love is that consumers will actually grant you anywhere from $5,000 to $100,000. And so the loans here is unsecured. You can apply online. There is no prepayment penalty if you choose to pay off your loan early. Fantastic. And you also, if you sign up for automatic payments, you can qualify for a rate discount of up to 50%. Not 50%, 0.5%. And to join the Consumers Credit Union, you have to make a $5 donation to the Consumer Cooperative Association and maintain a balance of at least $5 in your membership share savings account. So this is really great. By the way, boss, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here to have a quick convo with you about the credit union loans that you can apply online for massive loan approval. Number 5, we have Golden One Credit Union, our score, 9 over 10. Golden One is really cool. The only thing is it is geo restricted, so that you can borrow up to $1,500 if you're on your own, or up to $2,500 if you have a cosigner. We love this Golden One Credit Union because it's very, very, very easy to qualify for. But you have to actually be in the geography or actually maintain the biological ties that this credit union wants you to have. But it is really great. And one thing I want to say here is that, so essentially you have to be in California. If you live in California, and so you actually will qualify for this credit union membership, not a problem at all. Number 4, we have Alliance Credit Union. Our score, 9.2 over 10. Now we love Alliance because it's great for same-day funding. You can apply online, not a problem at all. The terms here, the repayment window goes from 12 months to 60 months. And here you can qualify for a loan amount that goes all the way to $100,000. Boss, this is really great. So $1,000 to $100,000, and there is no origination fee on this loan. We love this a lot. The FICO score minimum here is 590. And so in terms of this is an open credit union, so you can qualify even if you don't have geographic, professional, or biological ties. By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We're having a conversation about the top 7 credit union loans where you can apply online for massive loan approval. So when you think about Alliance Credit Union, I want you to think about a loan that has different pros and cons. What are the pros here? You have a wide range of loan amounts. This loan offers a debt protection plan in case of death, disability, or unemployment. You have same-day funding. And what are the cons here? Well, there are no physical branches. It is in terms of there is no option for cosigner or co-borrower. So overall, what we love about Align is that it's very flexible in terms of how you can qualify for loans or credit cards, all that kind of stuff. The thing here is that you need to have, if you want to qualify for membership, you got to donate to some of the sponsored nonprofits. One of them is Foster Care to Success. This is kind of cool. Otherwise, you have to live in Illinois. You got to be also a current or former employee of Alliance, or you got to be an immediate family member of a current Alliance member. Okay, so but overall, this is very easy to qualify for. It's a wonderful loan. We love this a lot. One thing I want to say here is that here are the pros and cons. So pros, I think I said this before, you actually have a very large amount. I mean, that's what we love this a lot, very generous. And one thing one thing we have found that really works is that you can actually qualify for a larger amount if you go to a branch. Now, this loans you can actually apply online, not a problem. But if you want to qualify for a larger amount, it's just a lot easier to go to a branch, or even better, you want to call a line over the phone. A line doesn't have as many branches as maybe Navy Fed or Penn Fed. However, if you're lucky enough to live in the vicinity of a branch, just go to a branch, or just call. Number 3, we have here First Tech. Our score 9.5 over 10. No, the score is 9.4 over 10. So First Technology Federal Credit Union, First Tech for short, 9.4 over 10. So this loan is great for fair or bad credit borrowers. So the cool thing is that you can actually qualify for $500 all the way to $250,000. Yeah. Oh yeah. The cool thing here is that you have terms that go from 24 all the way to 84 months, and there are no origination fees. We love this a lot. And one thing I want to say here also is that, so let me quickly talk to you about the pros and cons of this loan. The pros: you have the option to add a co-borrower. You have flexible repayment terms and borrowing limits. You have APRs that can go all the way to 13.79%. So those are the pros. What about the cons here? Well, the thing is that you actually may need to be a member for 1 or 2 years before qualifying for a larger amount. I mean, you can qualify for a small amount if you are a new member, not a problem. But if you want a larger amount, you need to be a member for a while now. And you actually, in terms of the FICO score, the requirements, they want you to have 600 in terms of income. If you are making $1,500 gross income on average per month, you can qualify. Okay. And what I want to say here is that you can also become a member of First Tech Federal Credit Union if you donate to a charity. Okay. So that charity can be either the Computer History Museum or the Financial Fitness Association. So, but the credit union itself is actually headquartered in Oregon. So if we were to talk about geography, if you are in the Oregon or surrounding states, you can qualify based on geography. Or if you want to qualify through biology, in other words, if you have a family member who is a current FASTEC member, you can qualify. But overall, if you do not qualify either biologically or geographically, just donate to the Computer History Museum or the Financial Fitness Association, and you're in. One thing I need to say also is that when it comes to this loan amount, you have to really think about the fact that there is no early payoff penalty. This is kind of cool. And the average loan amount goes around $50,000, even though they can approve you all the way to $250,000. The average that they have been approving for the last 10 years, based on our experience, based on our research, it's around $50,000. Okay, so the loan amount oscillates from $500 to $50,000. But overall, First Tech is a great credit union. Number 2, we have here Penn Fed. Our score 9.5 over 10. We love Penn Fed. You know that. If you are familiar with this show, you know we love Penn Fed. We love Navy Fed also. And Penn Fed is great for good credit borrowers, even though their FICO score minimum is around 600, 625. And so this loan goes from 600 all the way to $50,000. And the repayment window here, 12 to 60 months. There is no origination fee. We love this a lot. And the credit score, 600 to 625. So this is just kind of gives you a ballpark in terms of the requirements. Now, Penn Fed loves relationship building. So if you have a relationship with Penn Fed for a while, and you don't need to be in the military to actually qualify, everybody in this country can qualify for a Penn Fed membership, credit union membership. And so, by the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. I'm speaking to you about the top 7 credit union loans where you can apply online for massive amounts fast. And so let's talk about the pros and cons of a Penn Fed credit union loan. The pros. So you do have the option to apply with a co-borrower if you think that your numbers are not really great. So you can have a co-borrower who has, I would say, a stronger financial profile. And with Penn Fed, you have loan amounts that go from $600 all the way to $50,000. And those are, you have flexible loan amounts and repayment terms. And again, repayment terms, we're looking at 12 to 60 months. What about the cons here? Well, if you have a poor credit, you might have a problem. Okay, and you must be a member to receive a loan. That's really and the only other problem that we have with PenFed is that it does take a while to actually disperse the funds. We have seen cases where they took all the way to three days to disperse the funds after approval. So it is what it is. But overall, this is a great institution. We love PenFed a lot. One thing I also want to say here is that PenFed actually pays attention a lot to your internal score. I will speak about that. This is kind of similar to what you have with NavyFed, right? So in addition to your credit score, PenFed will also pays attention to your internal score. So make sure that you actually you maintain a reasonable reasonable number on that front. We have actually covered this on a multitude of shows explaining to you what a PenFed internal credit score is. So if you are interested in that topic, please avail yourself of those shows. Go watch them. Go listen to all the resources. Number one, the best of the best in our view when it comes to credit union loans, where you can apply online for massive loan amounts, no matter what. NavyFed, our score, 9.8 over 10. So when you think about NavyFed, I want you to think about an institution that's great for borrowers with military ties. Now, the thing is, nearly everybody in this country, through either a profession, geography, biology, could qualify for a NavyFed membership. We, based on our research, 98% of Americans qualify for, could potentially qualify for NavyFed credit union membership. Okay, and so this loan is kind of cool. We love NavyFed when it comes to the loan, their personal loan. You're looking at a loan amount that goes from $250 all the way to $50,000. The terms, repayment terms, up to 180 months. Okay, so even though the average is around 5 years, but you can go all the way to, I would say, 15 years. The APR here goes from 7% all the way to 18%. I will love the fact that this card has no origination fee. Not the card, the loan does not have any origination fee. And the credit score requirements, 590 all the way to 625, kind of similar to PenFed. So let me quickly talk to you about the pros and cons of this loan. So the pros, you have repayment terms that you have a very large repayment window, up to 180 days. Think about it. This is kind of crazy, but it is just fantastic. Loan amounts as small as $250. And basically, you have options to use a co-applicant. This is kind of cool. What about the cons here? Well, NavyFed is only available to NavyFed loans are only available to those with military affiliations. You must become a member first to apply for the loan, and the APR terms and amounts depend on the loan used. So this is kind of cool. One thing I want to say here is that overall, when you think about NavyFed, I want you to think about a lender that has a constellation of rates, flexible terms, and a wide range of borrowing limits. Okay, and they're really flexible. But as we've seen as I've said on this show and other shows, with NavyFed, it's just a lot better to go to a branch. Now, granted, the institution doesn't have branches galore in the country, but if you are lucky, again, if you're lucky to live close to a branch, it's just a lot better to take 1 or 2 hours or even 30 minutes to go to a branch and apply there. You actually are boosting your chances of being approved for a larger loan amount, and you'll be glad you did. So you had the top 7 credit union loans where you can apply online, and let me give you the overview here. It's really important to understand that if you want to get a loan from a credit union doesn't actually operate the same way a bank does, right? Basically, besides the affiliation, the membership that you need to have, you also need to build a relationship. And I'm talking about a human relationship. People have to know you. That's if you want to do things properly. If you want to have access to the best credit cards or the best loans, the lowest APR loans, people have to know you personally. You got to be a member of the community, because NavyFed, PenFed, Golden One, all those credit unions, they actually operate at a community level. So what you want to do is you want to actually be known by members of those credit, like the local members of the credit union. You want them to know you, so that no matter your credit score, if you're willing to, once you're ready to apply for a loan or a credit card, they know you personally, they know you professionally. So they'll look at a constellation of circumstances to actually evaluate your application. What I'm trying to say here is that your application will not be judged only on the strength of your FICO score. They will take into account other criteria when actually granting you the credit limit that you need and deserve, or the loan that you want to deserve. So, but it's important if you want to get a loan from a credit union to actually determine your loan needs, to actually compare lenders to make sure that you're getting the loan from the right credit union, so to speak. Make sure once you choose your credit union, think about becoming a credit union fast. So you want to go for those credit unions that actually are applicable to like whose membership criteria are applicable to anybody in the country. You also want to see if you can pre-qualify for a loan so that you can actually save your FICO score, like save 5 or 10 points on your FICO score. Think also about verifying your information. So be sure that you actually take care of those preliminary criteria before actually qualifying, because a credit union is not like a loan, and it's not like a bank where you can just qualify right away. Okay, it does take some work. Let me give you a bonus here. It's important when we talk about applying for credit union loans online, it's always important to know that there is a distinction you need to be aware of when it comes to credit unions, banks, and online lenders. Because you always have the option to apply for a loan at online lenders, such as you have a Lending Tree, you have Upstart, you have Avant, you have Upgrade, you have a lot of players. So when we talk about the banks, banks are great when it comes to the amount. Like, banks are very generous in terms of loans, but they are harder to get. Like, their loans are harder to get. You might need to go through a few more hurdles, but the APR is kind of low. Credit union is somewhere in between. You might find credit union with a low APR and ones with high APR. And for online lenders, you have a larger loan pool with online lenders. They tend to approve you real fast, but they tend to charge you also a lot more in terms of APR. So if you're comfortable with getting a high APR and a large loan amount, then go with an online lender. If not, just trying to go with a credit union or bank. But as I said before, if you're speaking about an institution that has brick and mortar branches, aka banks and credit unions, you want to actually build a relationship. With an online lender, you don't need to build a relationship because they don't have a branch, they don't have anything. I mean, they have an algorithm, and they basically are running their business that way, but you don't have to build a relationship. All you have to do is to make sure that you take care of your FICO score and that you are able to show proof of employment. And then if you ever get the loan from them, you're able to use the cash properly and then repay the loan within the appropriate time frame. That's all. Okay. So when we talk about the pros and cons of credit union loans, of course, in terms of pros, credit union loans are capped at around 18 to 19% APR. So you may find better offers with credit unions compared to other lenders. Aside from taking out personal loans from credit union, you can also bank with them. And since credit unions tend to be focused on certain communities or demographics, you may have better customer service. What about the cons? It may be difficult to obtain a personal loan from a credit union if you don't meet the membership requirements. The membership process may require a small deposit, and as opposed to a bank or online lender, credit unions sometimes have limited access to tech and mobile apps. So those are things you need to think about. But I just want you to remember one thing. When we speak about credit union loans, there are some alternatives to those loans, right? You have credit cards. You can get them from credit unions or banks. You have buy now, pay later. You have personal lines of credit. You have payday alternative loans. So it's really important to understand that you always have options. You have options when it comes to getting the loan that you need, either from a credit union or from a bank or from an online lender or even from an alternative lender. In some cases, you might get a loan from lender marketplaces or loan network. So not a direct lender, but from a website that aggregates lender information. Before I do a recap on today's show, I want to acquaint you with our approach when it comes to evaluating, categorizing, and listing credit union loans where you can apply online. So I just want you to check this out right now so you have a clear idea how we evaluate our loans. Check this out. All right, Let's do a quick recap here. Number 1, we have Navy Federal Credit Union, 9.8 over 10. Number 2, we have here PenFed, our score, 9.5 over 10. Number 3, we have a First Tech, 9.4 over 10. Number 4, we have Alliant Credit Union, 9.2 over 10. Number 5, we have Golden One Credit Union, 9 over 10. Number 6, we have a Consumers Credit Union, 8.8 over 10. Number 7, last but not the least, we have Connexus Credit Union, our score, 8.4 over 10. Thank you so much for your attention. I'll see you another time, but until then, remember, stay marvelous.